Hi there, this is Richard Denning and welcome back to a second video in a solo game of Oranges and Lemons. The solo mode was introduced in the expansion Here Comes a Candle, and what we did in the last video was to start a game between me and the game. Can I beat the game? Well, let's see what happens. So, this is where we left the game. It is a two-player game. All solo modes are basically a two-player game. The game is playing white and is playing the moneylender, and I am playing blue and I am the trader. Those careers were introduced in the base game. The game strategy is dictated by these cards, the career activity priority cards, and there's one of those for each of the 6 careers in the base game. I do what I want to do. And we'll see what happens. Now, when we left the game, we had just reached the ship change point. I had made the changes to the East India Company. I'd also changed over the bag as required to do, and we were ready to go. And if I look at the state of play, we can see that the game has 3 turns in a row here, and then I'm going to get 3 turns in a row. So the question is, what's the game going to do? Well, let's have a bit of a look at the career activity priority card here, and we are in this area here, the post ship change part of the game. The game had to achieve the objectives in red here in the pre-ship change phase before it was allowed to progress to here. If it hadn't managed to achieve all of those, it would continue doing that until it had achieved it, and then it would be allowed to progress. But it managed to do all these things. It had got these things down here, this class 2 loan, 2 storage, 3 workers, and a bell. Okay, so and in terms of how well we're both doing at the moment, if we have a quick look back at that, the state of the game, you can see that the game has placed a bell, it has 2 storage, it has 3 loans, and it has 3 workers. I have 4 storage, I have upgraded twice. I have a recurring cargo that gives me money, and I've got a number of cubes there, but I don't as yet have any bells in play. Okay, so let's see what the game does. So on its card it says check storage, and there's nothing to worry about there because it doesn't have any cubes currently in storage, nor does it have inbound cubes that might cause it a problem with insufficient storage. So we progress. On the next stage, it's got down obtain 3 storage. So is it able to do that? Well, it's got sufficient money and it can go there, so it does that. So it goes into space 10 in order to spend the 7 to get its horse and cart. That leaves it with 5 in the turn. The next priority is recruit the 4th worker. Now the space for the that is available over at space 15, but and it would have to have 3 storage in order to be able to do that and turn up with 3 cubes. It has the 3 storage, it could go to 15, it would need to be able to buy 3 cubes. And because it won't have 3 storage until space 10, the only place it could do that would be Shoreditch. And I'm looking across at Shoreditch, and there are only 2 cubes still available for 1 gold each. Therefore, it isn't in a position where it can afford to buy the cubes required. And therefore, under the rules of is it possible, does it make sense, that action wouldn't make sense. So going back to the chart, we progress down the line and we get to issue a loan. So the space number 4 is available. It has a spare 5 uncommitted gold. I remember that the game remembers how much gold it has at any given time, what is committed to actions. Yes, you have to do it for it, but the idea is that the game knows this. So the game knows it can go there. It's got enough gold, so it will go to space number 4. Now at that point, we go back to the chart for its 3rd move. It's working on this storage. It's working on. It can't do the work at the moment. It's issuing a loan. Could it do a bell? Well, it doesn't have any spare money available at the moment, and not enough moves to be able to get money and also do a bell. So that's not possible. Buy sell shares, same problem. Not enough money available. If it wanted to do that. Also, actually, the share price is higher than this buy range that's down here, so it wouldn't be doing that irregardless. So its final thing is to draw a card. So it draws a card, and the card says, does it have 5 or more gold? Well, it doesn't have 5 or more uncommitted gold, in which case it has less than 5 or uncommitted gold, so it will go to the blue spot here. So we move it to the blue spot, which means it's grabbing that first place for next turn and getting some more money. Now, what am I going to do in the meantime? Right. Well, I have got 3 workers. I'd like my 4th worker. I've actually got cubes. I've got money, so I'm going to go and do that straight away and get that over and done with. So I'll spend my 3 there to go there. I'm going to be using 3 of those cubes. I don't mind continuing to progress on the transaction track down here with the other one, and the most valuable one is the pancakes. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because sideways on so you can see where I am there. Because I want to get down as many of these nice juicy transaction track victory points as possible. So that's all very good. What have I got at the moment? I've still got spare money here, so I'm actually thinking can't do another upgrade, but I could get started in politics and try and get some victory points that way. Okay, right. So let's run the turn. So the game player goes to number 4, spends its 5 gold there, and gets another level 1 loan. I sell my pancake for 5. Put that there for you. And advance on the transaction track. The game, in space number 8, you have to work out what it's going to do, and that's where the card here tells you. And on here down at the bottom of space 8, it says check commitments, which means does it need any of the cubes that are on offer there? It doesn't. So does it have less than 10 uncommitted gold? In which case, take the gold. So it takes the gold and moves to the blue dot. It then spends 7 gold and upgrades its transport. I hand over those remaining 3 cubes and grab that worker, and then I grab a vote. Lovely, just 1 point. And I now have 4 workers at the end of the turn. So we bypassed the East India Company, didn't we? So when we went past there, I should have taken my 3 gold. And we'll just see what happens to the stock market. So, goes up by 2, and then crashes. 7, 3.5 ends up on 4. Okay, so if we come down a little bit, one of us might get tempted at some point to go and buy some of those, but not yet. Okay, interest on his loan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 off its interest. Cargoes, nobody's really done cargoes yet. Sometimes depends on what career the game is playing. I may have a look at going there in a minute. Okay, and we're good to go again. So, where are we? Well, the game's going first 2 turns, so let's see what it does. The game's logic tells it to check storage. There isn't any problem there. It already has now. It's 3, in fact, it has 4 storage, so it's achieved that objective. Recruit the 4th worker. It can do that now. It's got money. It has the storage space, so it will go and do that. Now, in order to do that, it needs to hand over 3 cubes. What we need to do is consider where the cheapest way is to get 3 cubes. Now, there are I believe, 3 cubes over there for 1. But that would require to go to space 13. There are 3 cubes available in St Clements, also for 1. And the game rules say that the game will always go to the lowest numbered place if there is a tie like that. And so it will go to St Clements because of turn order, so preference for the next turn. So it will go there, and it will then go. Also, it will go and grab the upgrade spot. Right. As for me, I think I've got my fourth worker. I think what I'm thinking of doing over here is to try and get into the business of using the company a bit more would be nice, actually. So I'm going to spend the 8 and go there. Back to the game. So we come down here. All these things are either happened or are relevant. We get to issue a loan. It is able to issue a loan, and so it will. So it will go there, and that's 10 committed. Well, I should do it when I get there, don't I? But that's probably what it's going to spend. It's gone to here. I was to do what it would likely do, and it's actually got 10 available. Yes, but it's going to be buying some lemons. So I think when it gets there, it will only be able to buy a level 1 loan. And the logic of this space is it will always buy the biggest loan it can do, but that requires it to spend only uncommitted gold or what gold is available. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Right. What am I going to do? So I have gone over there. Myself in the wrong place. That's why I get confused. I've gone over there for that East Indies investment. Right, I have 7 available. Not quite enough for the ship upgrade. Ship upgrade would be nice. I could do that. So if I go over here and get the 4, then I'm going to have 7 4 is 11, which will be enough. Get my ship upgrade done. At that point of proceedings, I haven't got an awful lot left, and I'd quite like to go early in the turn. So let me go there. Right, let's run the turn. So the game spends 3. And gets 3 all the ones. There we go. 3. I get my 4 for being so good at archery. The game then buys biggest spell possible. It's only got 5. It's got 9, but biggest possible is the level 1 loan for a 5. The game will keep on trying to get more and more loans. It really likes the loans and getting lots of as the money lender, mind you. Other careers will do different things. Obviously, one could play the strategy of trying to take the bell off it, or to even go there ahead of it and try and interrupt that sort of play out. So I'm going down the route of doing different things. Okay, space number 8. I'm going for 3 there, and the blue dot space. And then hand over 10. And upgrade my transport. So I now have the ship and the East Indies Company. So stock market goes up by 2 and buy another one. Very resistant to things now. 15 gold or 3 cubes. So 4 cubes. So I am thinking that actually, looking over there, I could, if I was to take this one, or do I go there? Do I go with something clever in terms of doing things? Well, I'll tell her anyway because I've got an eye on something over there, which is 4 of these 4 lemons. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I also, of course, get my there we go on that. At the end of the turn, they're going to have to be transferred anyway, so I might as well just do that. Right, I also get my 3 recurrent income coins from that space. There I go. That's you done. The game hands over its 3 cubes and gets its 4th worker. Replenish the lemons. Pay out the interest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 4 is 12 now it's getting a turn. And yes, cargoes. Oh, yeah. Right, okay, do I do one of those? Yeah, okay, and good to go here. So, game's going first, and I did the blue dot last turn. I got a feeling I was on the blue dot one of these, wasn't I? And I just put it in the wrong place. There we go. I think I was anyway. I'm going to do that. Well, I'm just going to put him on the cargo space anyway. Right, then it's the game. So let's go and have a look at the career activity priority card here. So check storage, doesn't have any cubes or anything to worry about. It's got its storage, it's got its worker. It'll still go ahead and issue a loan. Right, so we're going to do that anyway. Then it is up to me. So I do have some money. I quite like. I should really get into the bell business. So I'm actually going to go and place on the bell space. Right, let's go back to the. Sorry. What I did there was just to go to the bell space here. Okay, here we go. So in terms of its priorities, Russell Floral, this is already doing this one. Can it issue a bell? I was going to bell space. Can't issue a bell because I've gone there. Could it buy loans or sell loans? Well, it hasn't got any loans to sell, and the buy range on the shares are all the way up here. So would it buy or sell shares? I should say. No, it's not going to buy or sell shares because it's the value is too high. So we are going to be drawing a card. Now, does it have 5 or more uncommitted gold? Well, it has 15 gold. Once it gets to Space Number 4, it's going to buy a bell. It's going to buy the biggest bell it can do. But at the moment now, it's only going to worry about it when we get there. So it has to have at least 5 in order to be able to do the business of buying a bell. So it actually has some spare cash that it could spend doing something else, and so therefore it could go to 16. So it does that. Spends 4. Okay. Right. Then it is me again. Right. So what have I got? I've got those cubes. I'm going to go and do that cargo over there. I could get more money if I did that one as well. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and buy the cheapest 2. This thing is this one over here for me. And let's make sure I'm about to cock up. I was about to cock up, wasn't I? Yeah, can't do that. So I'll instead of doing that, I'm just going to go and get some money over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I think I'm going to be just selling those over there. And I might do is I'll I'll have money, but only when I get all the way around to there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and go into this spot here for the moment. Right, what's the game going to do? Well, it's in this situation that it's doing all these earlier things in the sequence. Checking storage, relevant. It's got the storage, it's got the worker, it's issuing a loan this turn. It can't do the bell. It doesn't make sense to do the buy sell shares thing. So we're basically at this point we're drawing cards on this particular turn. So it's gone to 16. Gone to 16 already. These cards should be shuffled. Actually, if 16 came up again, well, I'll tell you what happens if 16 comes up again. But here we go. Let's turn this over. What do we get? We get a 6. Oh no. Okay, so space 6 it can't do. It then does a +1. So it goes on to space 7. 7 doesn't make sense because it hasn't got any cubes. So it comes round to 8, and it could do space number 8. So it'll go into space number 8. All right, and then back into there. And for its final one, yep, it's going to be drawn again this particular turn. Number 12. Well, it doesn't have enough money to do number 12. It could go potentially on to 13, which is it sort of when it gets there, will it have 5 or more uncommitted gold? Well, we know, as we said, the minimum here is 5, so it's got the spare money, and it's going to get some more actually in 8. So it will have it. So it could go into 13 and buy something. So that is what it will do. Right, right. So let's run the turn. Okay then. So space number 2 is me. So I go in there. I get my 4 gold. The game spends buys minimum commit. So biggest possible loan. Actually, at the moment it's got 10 gold. And whilst it's going over to buy something, it's gonna get 3 over here and probably have a spare 1. And 4 will allow it to buy something. So so it's able to do something over there. So it'll spend the whole 10, biggest possible loan, while still having commitments left to be able to do something else. Is kind of the logic that works. And sometimes it only has to be the minimum something. All right. So anyway, so it's going to buy a loan, and that's going to be the middle one. Right. I then spend 5 on a bell, my smallest bell here. I am going to put that in here. Because I plan to do some more buying and selling. Should we get on with that bit? Okay, right, that was that one done. I'm going to take 3 and go to the blue dot space. And we know from the logic before, the game has got less than 10. So it's going to take the 3. It has to go into a white spot, however. And now it's going to, what East India Company. So I get my 3 coins from the East India Company, and then draw from the East in this bag. 1, 2. We have a crash. And +1. So 3.5 becomes 4, back up to 5. So I'm struggling to get that down to this particular range. It's the stock market is robust, as they say. Okay, so in space 13, I didn't give. I think I might just need. I might just have pinched the gamer's money there. It has 4 coins. Now, the way this works in space 13 is that the game is going to buy the cubes that it can make the most from reselling it into space 7. And if it's bought those 2 black cubes over there for a total of 4, it can sell it at 12. That's a profit of 8. The best it could do in terms of other things like 1s and things, it could get Got the pancakes for 2, but the profit on that's only going to be about 4. A couple of 3 and the pancake it will be 7. The best exchange, the best profit is going to be the 2 black cubes. So that is what it does. It always buys the most it's able to do for best best value is the phrase that we use in the glossary of values defined as what have been the highest that you can sell it as on resale in space number 7. Right, so it will spend its 4 and grab those 2 over there. Pop those in there, and then that's its 4 gone. I am doing a cargo. I'm doing that 4 lemon cargo that's over there. So I'll keep those 4 coins plus that one. So I'm going to get 14 from it. Just turn that over like that, and that is sold. 14, there we are, and the game gets that one there. I do not look at it. The only time that I would look at it is if the game actually had a bell in that location, whereas I'm going to have to choose its highest number. The other way you could do it, I suppose, is to put the stacks of 2 to one side, and at the end of the game do that process of selecting the top one if you'd like to keep that little bit of knowledge completely a secret. Okay, so that is the end of the turn. Replenishing to do that with. I actually have I should got a victory point for my ship upgrade. So well, shouldn't I? So there's 2 points there. Interest on loans. So we're now on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 plus 5 is is that right? It's 1, 2, got 3 of them. So that's 3 plus 4 is 7. This is 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So up to my math completely. I can't do maths today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 6 loans is 16, isn't it? Yep. There we go. Nice little income stream there for it. Right. And the cargoes. Right then. So let's see where we are. Okay, I'm gonna go first, and I would like to. What I want to do is keep on doing this transaction track. There's certain returns left in the game, and it would be foolish not to maximise that as much as I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be buying pancakes. Right, the game. Let's have a look at it. So what does the game do? Well, check storage. Aha! We actually have some cubes in the storage. So what we meant to do with this is that is it possible for the game to do a cargo? Well, over there is 3 red cubes. There are 2. There's that one there, which is 4 grey cubes, and there's 2 blacks and 3 yellows. Now, it's possible that the game could use the 2 black cubes it's got, and then buy, and it would buy whatever else it needs in order to complete the cargo. So it is possible for it to do cargo. In fact, there are 3 potential options there. Now, which one of these is it going to try and do? So the rules will say, well, first of all, if at all possible, do what we define as a special cargo, and a special cargo are things like the bell cargoes, the warehouse, the other ones, including in this particular instance, this one here, where it gets 2 vote tiles. So that's the one it's got its eye on. It's already got two cubes over, 2 cubes over there, and it could potentially do just get two of the anythings from somewhere and complete that cargo. So it will grab the cargo spot in order to do that. And now it's my turn again. Okay, so I was going to go and sell some pancakes there. Okay, there we are. And right, what next do I do? Buy some cargo and sell some of them. Well, actually, I've got the 5 there. I've got spare. I can buy another bell, you know. So I will go and do that. I think, or am I going to have a double whammy go this turn of buying and selling this to try and crack on down that track? I think I will, you know. So I'm going to go into here. Right, the game. Let's see what happens. So we're on this. Currently it's committed to a task. It needs to get the other bits for the cargo that it's committed to. It's possible for it to do a cargo with the cubes it's got, but needs additional commitments to do that. So it will go and get those in the cheapest, best way. So it needs 2 of the cubes of any sort. So the 2 cheapest cubes over here are lemons. We could buy them over there in Shoreditch. Yeah, look things, but it will be better for it in terms of turn sequence for it to get them from St Clement's. So it's going to go to St Clement's and buy the lemons. And now it's in the cargo space. It's got its lemons. It's already got the black cubes. So that objective, if you like, that priority is being achieved. So now we go back to the chart and see what is it now going to do. So check storage. Well, we know those are committed cubes, so we now ignore those. We don't have to do these 2 things. Can it issue a loan? And it could issue a loan. And so I'm just considering whether to try that. This business of always doing loans is getting so many points from that am I foolish allowing it to do that all the time? I'm actually I'm going to sort of like cheat here slightly, and say that what I will do is with that one there, I'm going to go differently. I'm going to go and take the loan space, partially to demonstrate what happens if it can't go there, but also because I would like to. I would like to sort of potentially get some loans and also deny its ability for always to be getting all these loan points, because that's potentially a lot of points that's stacking up. So I always play games terribly when I'm actually demoing them. So okay, so let's do that. I'm going to go there. So that means that when it comes to its turn, it can't do the loan thing. So that we go back to the chart, we will flow on down the chart, and the next option for us is to place a bell. Now it's going to buy a couple of lemons over there, but that's basically all it's committed to. So it's got plenty of cash, so it can certainly issue a bell. So it goes over there to issue a bell. Now it's back to me. Buying, I'm selling. I am buying. I've got some more money. So I need 5 for that. I need as much as I want for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think let's just speed this up. I'm just going to go to that spot there. Okay. Now what does the game do? Sorry, what I did there was just go to the blue spot there. What does the game now do? Well, it is so look at the chart. So we are all the way through here. Can't issue a loan. It is placing a bell. Shares still don't make sense and not possible, so we're drawing a card. Does it have 5+ and uncommitted? Well, yes, it does, because it'll place the biggest bell it's able to do, but it's still got spare cash. So it will go space 6 if it could do, but I'm there, so it can't do that. It can't do anything in space 7 because it's got nothing to sell. So in this case, it ends up in space 8. Okay. I shall these together now. Okay then. Right then. I think we're good to go. Right, let's run the turn. Okay then. So number 1, it needs two anythings. So it's going to buy its 2 lemons over here for 2. I am then going to spend 5, getting myself alone. I'm not going to be able to compete, but at least I stopped him that turn, getting yet more level points on that score. I'm going to buy 1, 2. I can get the 3, so we'll do that. All the merrier. Costing me 5. And then the game is going to place about biggest possible. He's already placed a smallest bell, so it is able to spend 10 and place the middle bell. Question is, where will it place it? So again, we go back to the bell priority rules. We have a look in space 4. It's already got one, so it's now going to place it onto space 13. So. Space 13. And okay, next we get to, that was that one there. Then we get to this situation here, which is number space number 8. I'm going to take three coins. Oh, should have advanced myself on the track. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, that's what I've bypassed completely, aren't we? So I'm here. I'm selling my pancakes. I'm selling my 3 pancakes for 5, 6 each. So I'm going to get 18 off those. And advance on the track. And then I take 3 from here. And so does the game, as per the earlier explained logic. Okay, and then the East Indies happens. Price goes up by 1. To 2. Right. Then we go round to space number 14 here, and it does those 4 cubes of anything to take this cargo, which means it's going to take 2 of these vote chips, and for the moment I'm going to leave those face down. Okay. Okay, those can go back in. That is the end of the turn. Replenish here. Replenish those lemons over there. Interest, when I get 1, it gets its 16. Oh, and I should have got 3 coins for the East Indies Company when we passed it. And the game gets 2 coins from now having a bell on space 13 there. Right. That cargo gets turned over. 2 of these get turned over, and at that point of proceedings, I think we're in a good position to pause this particular demonstration for another. I had a good point. The game has a few turns left to go, and I think we're reaching the point where we're going to be entering into what we call the end game phase, which is the last two turns of the game. And what we're going to do is show that in the next video. So where we're leaving things at the moment is we've got another turn to go, and then we will be entering into the final 2 turns of the game, and that changes some of the logic of what the game is going to be doing. So I think it's a good point to pause it there and to do that step 3 video of the game, and then finally find out if I'm winning or if the game is winning. Well, we're leaving it at the moment, however. The game is ahead on bells. I'm ahead on storage. I get another victory point for my ship. There we go. It's definitely ahead on loans. It looks like it's likely, well, definitely going to be ahead on votes at the present moment. We are tied on cargoes. I'm ahead on the East Indies Company. So there's basically pretty much all to play for, and we'll see how the final phase of the game plays itself out. Thanks for listening.